Major decision today, which was also announced by Honorable Prime Minister in his press remarks, was the understanding by both leaders to increase the quantum of export of power as an objective from Nepal to India to 10,000 megawatts within next 10 years. As regards power generation, an MOU was signed for the development of 480 megawatt Phokot Karnali hydropower power project in western Nepal by NHPC of India. Further, the signing of the project development agreement for the 679 megawatt Lower Arun project by India's Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam was also welcomed by the two Prime Ministers. Besides power generation and power trade, which I just mentioned, there were also achievements in the field of power transmissions, where the two Prime Ministers participated in the groundbreaking of the 400 kV Gorakhpur-Butwal transmission line. This is the second high-capacity interconnection between two countries. India has also decided to fund 3 major transmission corridors in Nepal under the line of credit support of about $680 million. These are Bheri Corridor, Nijgad-Inarwa Corridor, and Gandak-Nepalganj Corridor. As you would have all noticed in the press report some time ago, India has also agreed to permit the first trilateral power transaction from Nepal to Bangladesh via India for up to 40 megawatt of power. During the meeting, the two Prime Ministers also expressed their commitment to achieve tangible and time-bound progress on Pancheshwar multipurpose project. Both sides also concluded, besides this long list of agreements and specific cooperation in the field of hydropower, the both Prime Minister also saw key agreements concluded in the field of cross-border movement of goods, people and finance. Today, India and Nepal signed the revised Treaty of Transit, which would be among the things provide Nepal access to inland waterways of India for the first time. This is effectively once in a generation kind of agreement which would contribute very significantly to the development of trade and investment linkages between India and Nepal. The two Prime Ministers also inaugurated the twin integrated checkposts in Rupedia in India and Nepalganj in Nepal. Both Prime Ministers also conducted the groundbreaking ceremony of the twin ICPs in Sunauli in India and Bhairava in Nepal. An MOU for the construction of another integrated checkpost in Dodhara Chandni in the far western Nepal under Indian grant assistance was also concluded. India has also decided to fund and build 2 additional bridges across the Mahakali River at Sirsa and Jhulaghat in Nepal, connecting to Champavat and Pithoragarh districts in India. In the railway sector, both the Prime Ministers presided over the inaugural run of the cross-border freight rail operations between Batnaha in India and Nepal Custom Yard in Nepal on the Jogbani-Biratnagar rail link, which was constructed with the Indian grant assistance. This was accompanied by handing over to the Government of Nepal the Kurtha-Bijalpura rail section of the Jayanagar-Kurtha passenger rail link, of which operations were flagged off by the Prime Ministers of India and Nepal last year. India is additionally providing one-time grant for maintenance of the railway infrastructure for Jayanagar-Kurtha rail section. The final location survey of Raxaul-Kathmandu rail link was also handed over to the Nepalese side. It was also agreed that India will provide training and capacity building to Nepal rail officials in the Indian Railway Institutes. The conclusion of the agreement between NPCI International Limited, and NCHL of Nepal links our digital payment systems and is yet another significant step in creating seamless financial connectivity between India and Nepal. This also builds on the launch of RuPay card last year. On energy sector, besides the hydropower, the two Prime Ministers also laid the foundation stone for Phase 2 facilities under the Motihari-Amlekganj pipeline. The Phase 1, as you are aware, has been a game changer for the supply of petroleum products to Nepal, ensuring significant cost saving and efficiencies. An MOU was also signed on extension of this pipeline, Motihari-Amlekganj pipeline, from Amlekganj to Chitwan, as well as on laying the second major cross-border pipeline infrastructure between Siliguri in India and Jhapa in Nepal. So extension of the existing pipeline and laying of a new cross-border petroleum product pipeline between the two countries. India has also offered Nepal for creating a ground station and supply 300 user terminals to offer the services of South Asia Satellite to Nepal under grant assistance. This initiative would promote regional cooperation in the space sector, as also facilitate the utilization of space technology applications in important areas of governance such as medicine, teleeducation, e-governance, and also disaster response. Prime Minister Modi also congratulated Nepal on becoming a founding member of the International Big Cat Alliance. As regards the other elements of the visit, the Prime Minister of Nepal will participate in the Joint Investors Summit. He will also be calling on the Honourable President and Honourable Vice President of India later today. Tomorrow, Prime Minister of Nepal travels to Madhya Pradesh, first to the holy city of Ujjain, and where he would visit the Mahakaleshwar temple. As you are aware, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji had inaugurated the Sri Mahakal Lok Corridor in Ujjain in October last year. The visit would reflect the depth of our deep-rooted civilizational linkages.
The Foreign Secretary briefing the press about the kind of engagements between the two Prime Minister Prachanda and Prime Minister Modi.